The most recommended cybersecurity certification isn't even in the top 5 that employers actually screen for. We track millions of job postings. The data tells a very different story from the advice that you find online. 6 certifications, which ones actually show up in hiring filters, and why 96% of people who collect them still don't get hired, and what the other 4% do differently. I'm Nathan from StationX. I've been in cybersecurity for over 30 years, and I've watched thousands of students navigate this exact decision. So let's start with Security Plus. If you're just starting out, this is where we all begin. Security Plus is the second most requested certification in job postings, over 70,000 listings. It's DoD 8570 and 8140 compliant, which means it's required for government and military roles, and it gets you past the ATS filters. That's those HR filters, which means your resume might even get seen by a human. Security Plus proves you understand the concept. It doesn't prove you can do anything with them. If you get a Security Plus, pair it with a home lab, some capture the flag exercises, and hands-on project. The first security certification to pursue once you've got your IT foundations in place, and it will give you a good bedding in the theory of cybersecurity. But never stop here. Next up, CYSA Plus, the CompTIA one. Probably the most underrated certification on this list. Where Security Plus proves broad concepts, CYSA covers the actual job tasks for security operations. Things like threat detection, incident response, log analysis. It's still multiple choice. It won't teach you how to use Splunk or a SIEM, but it tests the things a security analyst actually does day to day. It's growing in job postings, and for good reason. It's less famous than Security Plus, so fewer of those ATS HR filters catch it, but hiring managers know exactly what the CYSA means, security operations. So pair it with some good hands-on SIEM experience, Splunk, Elastic, and some threat intelligence tools. CYSA Plus covers the operational job tasks that Security Plus misses, which is why it's growing. Now, Certified Ethical Hacker, or CEH, before anyone skips ahead, no, I'm not about to recommend this one. Every certification list you'll find online puts CEH, Certified Ethical Hacker, near the top. And honestly, based on the data, we can't justify why. Certified Ethical Hacker is not in the top 5 most requested certifications on job postings. The JobZoneRisk.com data is clear on that. So the reason it shows up on other lists is name recognition. Certified Ethical Hacker, it sounds cool, sounds impressive. HR departments put it on there. It's also had and got some longevity. So it's on those job postings, but hiring managers, people who work in cybersecurity or particularly penetration testing, the people who actually sit across from you in the interview often don't value it in the same way. Some people say Certified Ethical Hacker helps because you put it on your resume, it gets you past those ATS HR filters, and it can help with that. But so does Security Plus, so does CYSA, so does every other cert on this list. So getting past ATS is not unique to Certified Ethical Hacker, and the cost is the real problem for me, because CEH runs over $1,200 just for the exam and close to $2,000 with the training. That money, it's just better spent on, get a home lab, get yourself a cloud server, get yourself hands-on projects, put a bit of money invested in that, and that actually proves that you can do the work. And if you need an ethical hacking certification for compliance or clearance, then you've got the CompTIA Pentest Plus, which qualifies you for those government and military roles for just $425. Or if you go to StationX, we have vouchers to get it cheaper. Don't put CEH on your list. The money, the time, and the effort are all better spent elsewhere. But if pen testing is what you're actually interested in, that brings us to OSCP. The OSCP exam is a 24-hour long exam, fully hands-on in a live environment. You're not answering multiple choice questions. You're breaking into systems, and if you can't, you fail. The fail rate is high. That's the point. OSCP has less ATS recognition, unfortunately, than Certified Ethical Hacker. HR departments often don't know what it is, but the person sitting across from you in the interview, they will know what OSCP is. Unlike every other cert on this list, OSCP actually teaches you the skills. It's not theory. You come out of it able to do pen tests. AI is already taking over junior pen test task. The long-term need is at the expert level for penetration testing, and OSCP is a stepping stone that gets you there. I should also say for operations, AI is also taking over, so we need to go and step up to the expert level there too. And bearing that in mind, check out jobzonerisk.com. That's free, by the way. Pen test roles, SOC roles, see how those are shifting, how the job descriptions are shifting, what's safe from AI in cybersecurity and other areas and what's not, and then you'll be picking the right things. Now, OSCP, pair it with lab work, capture the flag competitions or bug bounty experience. And if you're finding this helpful, hit the like and subscribe. It genuinely helps you find more of our videos. Now, if you've been in the field for a few years, CISSP or CISSP, this is another one that I hold. This is the #1 most requested certification in cybersecurity. Over 82,000 job posts, nothing else comes close. This is a cert that takes you from a good salary to a great one. We're talking the difference between 120,000 to 180,000 and more. The CISSP or the CISSP requires 5 years of professional experience in order for you to achieve it. But you actually don't have to wait to take it. You can sit the exam now and become an associate of ISC2. And then you get those 6 years to earn the experience that you need. And that then looks great on your resume that you've passed it. So if you're early in your career, you can prove the knowledge while you build the experience. Either way, this is a long-term target. Don't rush it. The scope is broad: security management, architecture, governance, risk. It's designed for people who are ready to move into the senior and leadership roles. And finally, SecAI Plus. Have you heard of this one? This one is brand new. CompTIA launched SecAI Plus this year. Right now, no one is asking for it on job postings. 0 listings. Obviously, it's just come out. But here's why it's on the list. 40% of the content in SecAI Plus has 0 overlap with any other certification that they do. AI security, prompt injection, model guardrails, agentic AI risks. These are topics that no other CompTIA certification is covering, and not many other certifications are covering. And if they are, they're all brand new. It's not just about understanding AI threats, this certification. SecAI Plus covers building security solutions with AI agents, using AI to do security, not just securing it. That combination is frankly the future of the security industry. So training partners also are already predicting that this content folds into Security Plus, and it will just be an absolute mainstream within a few years. Put this at the top of your list to learn. It won't show up in ATS filters yet, but securing AI and using AI for security is where every role in cybersecurity is heading. We've just gone through 6 certifications and what each one honestly gets you, but the right choice depends on where you are and where you want to go. I built a free certificate matchmaker and it tells you exactly which cert fills your particular situation. Links in the description. Takes about a minute to fill in. So those are the 6. Remember, certifications alone aren't enough. 96% of people who just get training or certifications fail to get hired. Let that land in. It's not that certifications are useless. They're necessary and important, but they're one piece in a much bigger picture. And most people treat them like the entire thing. So over the years, working with over 500,000 students, we've identified what we call the fast track framework, the elements that separate the people who get hired from the people who don't. Certifications are one element. Here are 4 most people miss out. This is your little bonus. So 1, practical skills. I've mentioned it. Practical skills, certifications prove you understand the concepts. It doesn't prove you can do anything with them. So home labs, capture the flag, cloud project, Splunk, Wireshark, Burp Suite. Right now, job postings receive over 1,000 applicants on one day, some of them. Something that shows that you've actually done the work is what's going to set you apart. So that's number 1, practical skills. Number 2 is soft skills. The ISC study found hiring managers rank teamwork and problem solving actually above technical skills, not alongside them, above them. Soft skills aren't the nice to have, they're the deal breaker. And 3, a support network, peer groups, mentors, communities. The American Society of Training and Development found that having a specific accountability partner takes your chances of following through from about 10% to around 95%. So peer group, mentorship, very useful. And last, number 4, professional presence. Think resume, LinkedIn, personal branding, the projects that we've talked about so much. Use those to demonstrate what you can do and give you something to talk about in interviews. You must not just know what you're talking about, you must appear to know what you're talking about. That's your professional presence. The difference between 200 applications into a black hole and 5 interviews from 20. The right certifications open the doors, but only if you have these other 4 things employers actually screen for. The 4% who get hired, they have all of them. If you want to help in building all of those components that I mentioned, that's exactly what's in the StationX Masters program. And we have a job guarantee, link to it as well. Check out the link in the description. Now, whether you go it alone or with us, now you know what you need. This next video shows you how to get it. Every element in the fast track framework, step by step. You can check that out next.